Some cars look really cool and attractive on the outside, but in reality, they aren't that great as actual cars. In this video, we're going to talk about cars that look good but are actually bad. If you're ready, let's get started. Number 10. Alfa Romeo 8C. The Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione is undeniably one of the most visually stunning cars ever produced, with its curvaceous body and aggressive stance. Limited to just 500 units, its exclusivity added to its allure. However, the 8C's beauty was only skin deep. While it boasted a 4.7-liter V8 engine producing over 450 horsepower, its handling was often criticized for being unpredictable, and the ride quality was deemed harsh. The interior, though luxurious, suffered from ergonomic issues and outdated infotainment systems. Moreover, Alfa Romeo's reputation for reliability didn't help, with owners reporting various mechanical and electrical issues. In essence, the 8C was a masterpiece to behold, but a challenge to own and drive. Number 9. Chrysler 300. The Chrysler 300 made waves with its bold design, reminiscent of luxury European sedans, earning it nicknames like the poor man's Bentley. Its spacious interior and powerful engine options appealed to many. However, the 300's reliability has been a point of contention. Owners have reported issues ranging from faulty electrical systems and airbag defects to engine stalling and transmission problems. Additionally, a significant recall was issued due to defective side airbag inflators that could rupture and project metal fragments. While the 300 offers a luxurious appearance at an accessible price point, its long-term ownership experience has left many wanting. Number 8. Ferrari 328. The Ferrari 328 is undeniably a visual icon of the 1980s, a wedge-shaped beauty with unmistakable Pininfarina design cues and a distinctively exotic Italian flair. Powered by a 3.2-liter V8 producing around 270 horsepower, the 328 looked and sounded the part of a proper Ferrari, but despite its aesthetic appeal and collectible status, the 328 comes with a set of caveats that might leave the average owner disillusioned. Maintenance costs are sky high. Routine services often require engine-out procedures, and parts are notoriously expensive. Additionally, the cabin ergonomics are poor, with a cramped interior and awkwardly placed controls. The gated manual gearbox, while iconic, demands constant vigilance and effort. Reliability isn't catastrophic, but the complexity of its components means minor issues can become wallet-draining problems. For many, the 328 is better left admired from afar, rather than endured as a daily or even occasional driver. Number 7. Ford Mustang II. At first glance, the Mustang II seems like a stylish continuation of the legendary pony car. It arrived during a time of rising fuel prices and changing automotive priorities, with Ford trying to adapt by shrinking the Mustang and giving it a sleeker, more European-inspired look. But what lay beneath was disappointing. The Mustang II shared its platform with the subcompact Ford Pinto. Yes, that Pinto. The base engine was a feeble 2.3-liter inline-4, and even the V8 version struggled to produce meaningful power due to emissions regulations. Performance was a far cry from the muscle car image the name invoked. Handling was dull, and build quality was suspect. Although it helped keep the Mustang name alive during tough economic times, the Mustang II is remembered more for what it wasn't than what it was. Cool in silhouette, but in substance, a total letdown. Number 6. Aston Martin DB4. On the surface, the Aston Martin DB4 is pure art, an embodiment of British elegance and racing pedigree, draped in aluminum and finished with timeless sophistication. It was also the predecessor to the legendary DB5, famous from the James Bond films. But owning or even driving a DB4 in modern times can be an exercise in frustration. Despite its 3.7-liter straight-six engine, producing a respectable 240 horsepower, the car suffers from old-school engineering quirks, clunky gearboxes, underwhelming brakes, and unpredictable reliability. The cooling system is notoriously inefficient, especially in warmer climates, and the car requires constant mechanical attention. Restoration and maintenance costs can easily climb into six figures. Though it looks like a dream on display or in period-correct films, the DB4 is more enjoyable in photographs than on winding roads. Number 5. Lamborghini Jalpa. The Lamborghini Jalpa was Lamborghini's attempt attempt at an entry-level exotic, aiming to provide the iconic design and thrilling driving experience of the brand in a more affordable package. It certainly had the look, low-slung profile, pop-up headlights, and sharp Bertone styling. Powered by a 3.5-liter V8, it made about 255 horsepower, not bad for its era. But on the road, the Jalpa fell short. Build quality was inconsistent, with notoriously flimsy interior components and poor panel alignment. Its handling was not as sharp as one might expect from a Lamborghini, and the steering felt vague. Owners also reported nagging reliability issues, especially with the carbureted engine and electrical systems. As values remain relatively low for a classic Lambo, many enthusiasts are tempted, but owning one is more of a romantic idea than a rewarding experience. It's cool on paper, but deeply flawed in execution. Number 4. DeLorean DMC-12. The DeLorean DMC-12 is an automotive legend, thanks largely to its role in Back to the Future. Its stainless steel body and gull-wing doors give it unmatched street presence, and John DeLorean's vision was ambitious. But when it came to the actual driving experience, the DMC-12 fell flat. Its 2.85-liter V6, developed by Peugeot Renault Volvo, produced only 130 horsepower, making it painfully slow for a car that looked like a spaceship. The chassis, while designed by Lotus, suffered from excessive understeer and a lack of responsiveness. The interior was cramped and full of cheap plastics, betraying its futuristic exterior. Early production quality issues further tarnished its image, and parts availability became a nightmare after DeLorean Motor Company collapsed. In short, the DMC-12 is an icon of design and pop culture, but a letdown in performance and reliability. Number 3. Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper is the very definition of American brute force. A long hood, wide stance, and an absolutely monstrous V10 engine under the hood. It screams performance and danger from every angle. The early models, especially the first generation Vipers, had no traction control, no ABS, and practically no electronic safety nets. While that sounds like a purist's dream, it often spelled disaster for inexperienced drivers. The Viper's 8.0-liter engine delivered insane power, 400 plus horsepower early on, up to 645 horsepower in later models, but it did so with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. The cabin was unbearably hot, the ride was punishingly stiff, and build quality was questionable at best. Interior refinement practically non-existent in the early years. Despite its legendary image, the Viper was incredibly unforgiving, both on the road and at the track. It's an amazing poster car, but living with one daily is closer to enduring a punishment than enjoying a thrill. Number 2. Maserati Ghibli. When Maserati revived the Ghibli name for a mid-sized luxury sedan, expectations were high. It had the Maserati badge, seductive Italian styling, and a Ferrari-derived V6 engine, all the ingredients of something special. But underneath the exotic branding, the Ghibli fell short. Many parts, including the infotainment system and switchgear, were lifted straight from Chrysler's parts bin, cheapening the premium feel. The ride quality is rough for a luxury car, and the cabin can get surprisingly noisy. Reliability has been a recurring complaint, with numerous owners reporting electronic glitches, drivetrain issues, and problems with the ZF automatic transmission. The Ghibli also suffers from rapid depreciation, which should be a red flag in itself. It may look like a refined European thoroughbred, but in reality, the Ghibli is a case of style over substance, a luxury car that doesn't live up to its name. Number 1. Lamborghini Countach. The Lamborghini Countach is one of the most iconic and poster-worthy supercars of all time. Its razor-sharp lines, scissor doors, and aggressive stance defined the look of exotic cars for a generation. But driving one? That's a completely different story. The Countach is notoriously difficult to operate. Rear visibility is practically non-existent, the clutch is insanely heavy, and the gated manual gearbox demands brute force. The cabin is claustrophobic, with little room for anything, including the driver. Getting in and out is an Olympic event. Early models also suffered from overheating issues and temperamental electrics. Even the later, more powerful LP5000 QV and 25th anniversary editions retained the same flaws. Yes, it looks like a rolling spaceship and sounds glorious, but it's wildly impractical, uncomfortable, and surprisingly fragile for something that screams speed. The Countach was revolutionary in design, but a nightmare to actually own or drive.